on you, baby.
Yeah.
Nothing on you. Nothing on you, baby. Nothing on you. I know you feel where I'm coming from.
What's up, and what's happening? How's everybody doing in the house today?
Peachy. Fantastic.
Peachy and fantastic. Let me turn this music down. Let's get into this show.
Let's get into it.
Yes. Here we go, y'all. Bang, bang, bang. So everything's all good here? This is Uncut, this is Uncensored, Uncut and Uncensored. We are live. This is WOVU 95.9 FM, and we're going to talk about it today.
Ooh-wee.
But before we do that, I'd like to introduce the beautiful ladies in the house and everything. My name, by the way, is D Boogie, and we're going to do it. We're going to get it in. We're going to have some fun. We're going to let y'all IG us, and y'all going to talk to us, and we're going to get in. We got the beautiful Kira in the house. What's happening with you, baby?
Hey, I'm here. I'm ready. Let's
ready?
Get it.
Get it. And of course, we also got the beautiful T in the house.
Yes. What's up, world? It's your girl Tasha in the house. We here. We live. We all the way turned. It's going down today.
It is.
Ooh, it's going down. So, Kira,
yes.
What we talking about today?
Today we're talking about sexual satisfaction, or should I say, sexual dissatisfaction, and how do you handle it in your relationship?
Wow.
This topic is hot and spicy today.
Hot.
Ooh, made me nervous to even think about this.
I know. It's hot and it's definitely spicy.
Ooh.
So, sexual satisfaction.
Sexual dissatisfaction.
And sexual dissatisfaction.
How to move from dissatisfaction to satisfaction.
Hold on. My water had went down the wrong pipe.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, you know, it started before. As soon as we brought the show in,
You got excited.
I couldn't even talk.
You got choked up.
And I got choked up, but I managed through the first minute, but I had to go outside and take care of myself.
Okay.
I appreciate that. We talking about what?
Right.
I mean,
it makes my heart beat fast every time I think about it. Goodness.
I mean, we talking about, Kira, what we talking about?
Ooh.
Because you know she got to put her Geo voice on.
All right, hold on.
What
you said we talking about?
How we handle sexual dissatisfaction in a relationship.
Wow. Listen, I think we need to let people know how to follow us real quick.
Okay, yes. Thank you.
That's important. So listen, for everybody listening, y'all need to check us out on IG. We taking comments. I got 5 comments already. We ain't even in the show good. Listen, y'all can click on over to your IG. Follow us at Uncut.Uncensored. For all the people that's listening live, maybe you want to go back, maybe you want to share, maybe you got a friend of a friend of a friend that's having some sexual dissatisfaction. You might want to send it to them. So, if that be the case, you're going to click on over to your YouTube channel, you're going to go to Relationship Talk, and then you're going to click in Uncut Uncensored. Y'all can follow, like, and share. Drop your comments. Also, y'all can follow your girl at Tosh_empowers. Don Boogie, where can they follow you at?
All over the city.
Oh, that's how they follow you. They're stalking you all over the city.
That's what we doing today, huh? Right, at the topic of sexual dissatisfaction. You know, it ain't meant for me to say.
All over the city.
Don't
Anybody
speak it.
got
Don't
some
speak it.
issues, you know.
It ain't meant for me to say.
Don't speak it into your life. Don't do that.
Right. Wow.
Nah, they can find me
Okay.
Donzon21. Donzon21.
Kira, where you at? How can they find you?
Oh, just find me on IG at Tender, TENDER 10 Tender 10 on IG.
Well, so let's dig in here. So, Kira, so you said we're talking about, are we going to let that marinate for a minute?
Oh, goodness.
That's what happens when you're dissatisfied.
Ooh.
You say he's just a friend. I mean, that's what the song said. I'm just saying what the song said.
You know what?
I'm just saying what the song said.
For real, Tasha.
Look,
Is this where
I'm
we
just
going?
saying what the.
Oh, he just a friend because he don't satisfy you sexually. Is that where?
I didn't say it. That's just what the song said.
Okay.
That's how y'all started today, huh?
That's how you started today.
I'm just saying that's what the song.
You
D Boogie played the song.
Today. I guess it's this uncoordinated thing we got going on today.
Exactly. That's you know what.
Whole...
You went against your first mind.
I
Normally,
did.
D Boogie, we normally coordinate.
But unspoken.
Unspoken, right.
Coordination going on here. It's divine.
It's definitely divine, but she ruined the divinity today.
Oh well.
I kind of did. I was supposed to rock that, and I was like, it's too cold outside. I'm putting
You
this
did.
on.
It's hot in here though. It's always warm in here.
It's definitely
Yeah.
hot. What's about to get hotter?
Yeah.
Go get with this topic.
So let's dig in.
Jump into this.
So people.
Rodeo.
Yeah. So have you ever been in a relationship, be it a marriage or a committed relationship, and have been dissatisfied? Just completely unfulfilled.
Ooh, completely.
Completely.
No matter what they
Not
do.
like just halfway.
No, completely.
Me-
I mean, like, you can't get there.
Well, the listeners want to know on my phone.
you got comments already?
Conversation already. Okay, let's go.
You know what? Actually, I don't. I'm just. I never get any comments. Where my friends?
He said, "Well, your
Yeah,
friend."
give me some. Give me some.
I mean, maybe
But look,
if you did social media more, maybe they would.
Okay. But look, so I mean, can you give me some examples of being dissatisfied?
So, okay.
I mean,
Okay.
What are some examples?
I got you.
All right.
Oh, go ahead, Kira.
Oh, wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Wow, is it a whole list?
Wait, no.
It look like it,
I'm
Okay.
pull an example out, and you're in your relationship,
Mhm.
and all you want is your mate. All you desire is your mate.
Uh-huh.
But when you get with your mate,
Mm-hmm.
your mate,
Yeah.
let me try to say this tastefully
Mm.
and PG
Ooh.
rated. Your mate is satisfied quickly
Ooh.
and leaves you hanging.
She said he's satisfied quickly.
How do you
So
handle
you
that?
start talking about some minute man, something like that,
Mhm.
something like that.
Wow.
Another example, please.
Another example?
Yeah. Go ahead, ladies.
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
Come on, I know y'all know.
Sasha,
If-
that's on
look,
you. I
if
gave
you don't
my
know,
notes.
if you don't know specifically, y'all done heard them before.
Yeah. So so dissatisfied could be, maybe he couldn't go the distance. Y'all like how I put that out there? Maybe he, his gas, his engine ran out.
What? Ain't the same thing?
I know. I'm just
That's the same
recapping.
thing you
Or
said.
maybe
I thought
he
you
didn't-
thought you meant the distance another way.
no.
That too.
Whoa.
That too. That
Whoa.
too. Like that's an issue. But
Whoa. Really?
but
Tom?
wait a minute. But wait a minute. Go ahead, Tasha. I'm
Wow. Okay. Well done. Okay. Well, I mean, I have heard stories like that. Where there wasn't enough.
There was some shortcomings.
Yeah, there were some shortcomings. And it didn't matter. How many ways they tried to compensate
For the shortcomings.
for the shortcomings.
Okay. Yeah. What else? I mean, because we need some examples of it.
So maybe they just didn't have enough, or maybe their body. How about this? Maybe their body sizes were not compatible. Is that a possibility? Like maybe you dealing with someone who is maybe smaller, and then maybe she is a little thicker. So it makes it difficult to get to certain places. Get thicker. I'm going with thicker. Yes, Kira.
Okay. Or maybe that person wasn't willing to learn your body, and no matter what you said or how you said it, they didn't get it.
And not only that, probably was offensive. Took it as
An offense.
Offended by it.
Yes.
So.
And I want to state something that you said in an after show conversation, but I'm gonna not say. I'm not quoting you. I'm gonna say it the way I need to say it on this radio.
Okay.
But we'll
Who said
say it later on. Later on in the conversation that's coming up, I'm sure. But
Who said it?
Don D Boogie over there, D Juice, whatever you want to be today.
She said D Juice, whoever you want to be.
You said it, but I'm paraphrasing it and I'm gonna clean it up for today's radio.
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So let me try to say it in a clean, polite manner.
Okay.
We're gonna call it dancing.
Dancing.
You're dancing for me the way you dance for other people. And you hadn't learned to quite dance for me. That's not how I like you to dance.
So his steps don't match your rhythm.
Correct. Or you're exactly offbeat.
So y'all are not in
This
sync
is not how I like it.
musically.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He's dancing to a whole different beat.
Absolutely.
You dancing to some R&B, some smooth R&B. He's on the mamba.
He's
or
dancing to rap.
Well,
so not necessarily in sync that way, but that's kind of how D Boogie said it. That's totally not. He didn't.
Well, you got to
use the word
remember,
dancing.
you know, that was after hours and everything.
It
you know.
was.
And
but it was good. It stood out.
But what we gonna do? We are gonna take a quick break, and we'll come back. Be right back.
All right.
Yes, welcome back. C-Town, what's happening? You listening to Uncut Uncensored, and we just got to uncut. And we got censored.
we did.
We did.
we did.
So we're gonna pull up just a little bit. It's all good.
Save for the podcast.
Save for the podcast. That's how we do. You know, when we got to talking about stuff that we talked about when we
After
ain't on
dark.
radio.
Right. That's the
Right.
We got to talking about
It's all
Uncut
good. Hey,
Uncensored.
listen, we got to, you know, we do have the opportunity to be able to come to you pretty much uncut and uncensored. And we know our listeners, all the type of listeners we have out here and out there, and we just need to reel it in. So we gonna cleverly reel it back a little bit, but still talk about what we talking about. So just remember, we appreciate all our listeners, everybody that's jumping in, tagging in, like to catch us on the podcast, and we just gonna move it on back a little bit.
Yeah.
So, you know, so we had a few topics that we
We did.
wanted to discuss today.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, that one just really stood out for us.
Spicy for dinner tonight.
Sent Don out here choking.
I did.
He was like, oh, what? But it's all good though, you know. I mean, hey, it is what it is. But that's why y'all need to make sure y'all following us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because
Get a little taste of what we
give us a little
really
taste.
go.
Give y'all a little taste. I'm sorry, because you know, those things happen, and that catches on the podcast. But anywho, so we were talking about, you know, another conversation that we were having is, you know, you meet a person, the vibe is good, you like them. I should say, let me take that back in. The vibe is cool. It's alright. You know,
alright?
just alright. You know,
The vibe.
the vibe is it's alright. You know,
I like just alright.
it's alright. I mean, you know, it's but they're a good person. You know, I mean, ain't no fireworks. You know, conversation ain't completely stimulating. I mean, you know, it's
They
ain't getting on your nerves, but
right to the friend zone.
but they're a good person.
They're a good person though.
That's
Good
what
person. They
I'm
cool
not
and
gonna let you
everything.
go because you good.
Okay,
You know, you
but-
probably already, in this case, already start dealing with that person.
There you go.
A little bit. And as you deal with that person, you say, man, that's a good person.
We gon'
But however,
transform your
for
life.
some reason, we just ain't completely mashing all the way
to take the relationship further.
to maybe even continue where it's at.
Mm.
You know, just good person. You know what I'm saying? You know?
You good, but not good for me.
But okay, so what if, like Don said, they caught you on the downtime?
Oh,
Okay, you know what? I'm about to get my
I
coat.
got sweaty.
No, Don. We're
Oh
censored
my
here.
goodness.
No, they caught you at a good time. You know, where you would have normally not maybe have given this person the time of day. You know, they caught you at a good
At a
moment.
vulnerable.
Whatever you want to
moment
call
in
it.
life. Okay.
They caught you at a good time.
All right.
And now, you know, you like, okay, you know what, that's cool. We can do
They
this.
caught you at a good time for them,
At a good time for them.
bad time for you. But not
It
necessarily
ain't really a bad time.
No,
You just,
But they just
because
caught
it can be a reason why you're there to deposit some things, but not to stay long.
but, they're a good person. So now you in this, you know, relationship, you know, because they're a good person. Like I said, it ain't no fireworks. Conversation ain't like, you know, stimulated. You ain't nodding off. but
Wait a minute. If the conversation's not stimulating, why?
They good person. They good person. Like morally, they good. They solid morally. You know,
they cook a good meal.
They cook a good meal.
Yeah.
Character-wise, they're good.
They might even provide for you.
They might even provide for you.
So, do we keep them around to use them
No, you
when they
don't.
have other ideas in mind as far as where the relationship is going to go?
No, you already in it.
Right, you in it now.
You hold on.
And I'm
I know you ain't understanding. You probably wouldn't, because you wouldn't even go that route.
You know I'm not going there. It's friend zone or no zone. What's
What?
happening here?
You took them out the friend zone.
Yeah, you placed them in the other zone,
Yeah.
and now they're a good person.
Oh, good night.
Sweet as can be.
She rolling her.
Sweet.
What am I
Just
doing
take-
him? I'm about to hook him up with a friend.
Oh man.
I think, you know, I think, you know, like Don said, I think everybody either knows somebody that have been in those kind of situations. We all got somebody that we know. You know, we might even be guilty of it ourselves for real. You got with a person, they're a solid person, good person. You know, like I said, ain't no sparks flying, ain't no, you know, fireworks jumping off, but they a good person, they solid. And you know, so you get in this relationship, they caught you at a good time. You free, they free, you know, they've been watching you, maybe. You know.
Well.
Maybe they ain't been watching you. Maybe y'all just kind of happen to cross paths. You know, and you happen to, you know, you gave her your number, you gave him your number, vice versa, the situation may be.
And he's talking about the future, and you looking like,
But he a good guy.
this is
He a good
where
guy.
it goes. Right here, this is where the bus stops.
Well, here's the thing, though. You know, so these situations occur. You know, you're dating somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You somehow move yourself to another place with this individual,
Okay.
and it just got stagnant.
Okay,
It's
so if
stagnant.
it's just stagnant, is it?
It's stagnant. There's you feel as if there's no opportunity to grow,
Oh, good night.
to move forward, and things of that nature. But if you stayed here, this good person will probably keep everything good, you know. But it just ain't enough for what you looking for.
Okay, here's the problem with that. The problem with that
And it is a problem. I
It
agree.
is definitely a problem.
if it's not enough, some feelings about to get hurt. Like,
Well, the feeling's gonna get hurt, you know. So you know.
because if you don't
It's
speak
either
up,
if you don't speak up, it's gonna be yours.
if you
Right.
if you don't speak up,
Right.
the likelihood of that person cheating on you, the person that's not speaking up, is great. Because if you're not, so you're gonna be looking like, ain't he cute over there?
Yeah.
What kind of personality he got? What if he can carry past
So what
this?
type of personality?
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder what he do for a
Well, you
living.
know, but so you know, but the real talk is this. So you with a person, and I agree with you. You know, it makes it. You know, you start noticing things you've never really noticed before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you feel like you're at a place in your relationship that just make you feel blah. Like you just bought, and not to talk about any type of car they drive,
Right.
and everything, but you know, driving a Ford Fusion, man, you know,
Right.
no excitement.
Right.
No excitement.
A solid car.
You from
I drive a Ford Fusion.
from
You just
point A
realized
to
that.
point B. That's all we got. Point A to point B. Point B back to
It
point
ain't
A.
doing, it ain't doing that special. It ain't
Not
Nothing
special,
special.
not special.
Nothing
You know,
special.
but it'll make you start looking at those caddies and those Benzes and stuff
Right,
like that
like,
and
you
everything.
know what, I'm gonna give me something special one day.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a big truck.
But yours run.
Yeah, I mean, it does its job.
And that's it.
Yeah, it does its job.
No bells, no whistles.
It does its job, but am I trying to take somebody out on a date in that car? Really not.
Well, some of our listeners are tuning in and we have some comments.
What?
Yeah. One person
Take your time. Make sure you don't read it verbatim now. You know.
I know I couldn't do yours verbatim.
Which topic
That
they
was
on?
too spicy the way you said that. That wasn't even past that night. That was midnight. When everybody's okay. Anyway, I have one of our listeners that says sometimes it takes a couple of times to get acclimated to that person. So you have to get acclimated to. Do you want to get acclimated to basic?
And see,
Or monotone?
Man, that's really good. See, you know what? Here's what I feel. I feel like women, you know, we tend to, you know, it sounds like that's probably a woman, you know, because we tend to give men the benefit of the doubt.
This is a male saying it.
Oh, wow.
I mean, man, come on now. You just.
I'm surprised.
Man, you sound like a dude to me. I don't know.
My
Sound
bad.
like a dude to me.
You
when
sound
say
like
that.
a man.
This is a man.
My bad, dude. I apologize.
Sometimes, you know,
keep
you
And
gotta get
then they
acclimated.
took it further and said, I mean, you should have already test drove that car before you got in that relationship several times. Like, who does that? Like, it's like you drive, oh, you gonna stop that? He talked about his car that he's driving.
Okay, so yeah.
You talking about my car?
No, he's not. He's talking about his own car.
Oh.
Well, that's okay. That's interesting.
Well, no, so you know, I agree.
But see, we're not talking about the test driving of the vehicle. We're talking about the performance of the vehicle as a whole, correct?
Right.
Okay.
Right. So I mean, so your test drive kind of like made you feel like, okay, hey, listen, I could rev this up sometimes and you know, clean it up and do some stuff with it. But every time you try to do that, you know, I'm quite sure if it's somebody's dating a good person, they're gonna make it known to this person. Here's some things that we need to do, kind of like spice this up a little bit.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and because you owe that not only to yourself, but you owe that to that person.
Absolutely.
You know, say, okay, well, you know, this is how I feel about this is how I feel about this. But if a person don't, you know, want to stay, they feel they're good because they already, in their mind, think they're a good person. That's why they're doing all this good stuff for you. This is what you need.
So
baby.
they're settling into, this is what, it's no changing behind that.
Well, I'm already there.
Yeah.
I'm already good. You know, and before they became good, honestly, a person has to go through a lot of things
Yeah.
to become, you know, that molds them. So
Yeah.
if a person think they're molded into something that's good, it's kind of hard to,
Yeah.
no, it ain't all good. You know, maybe that was good for the person you was with before, but you know, in these days we trying to be great.
Yeah.
You know, we trying to move from where you was at. But a lot of people, they think they're already good.
Absolutely.
And if you come to them and try to say, hey, listen, this is what I feel that we can do better.
Yeah.
Maybe let me know what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
Let me talk about, you know, how I'm feeling with you.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Maybe, you know, you can move, but you give that person that opportunity.
Yeah.
So, you know, when I was talking about the test driving, you know, it's beyond the test is sitting in the car and say, hey, listen, let me see what you got.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put some oil in you.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm gonna put some new tires on you.
Mm.
You know what
Not
I'm
like
saying?
you kind of
Shine you up.
rebuilding the whole. You rebuilding the.
No, I ain't changed the engine.
Mm.
I ain't
Look at
changed the
that.
engine,
He
nothing
said
like
he
that.
ain't touching
Ain't
the
changed.
engine.
But okay, but let me ask y'all this, okay? Because we talking about like, you know, a good person, you know, characterized, integrity-wise, you know, but there are no sparks. You know, prime example. So I got a friend.
But they're boring, is that what you're saying?
I didn't say that. Don't put words in my mouth.
Okay.
I didn't say they were boring.
But go
And
ahead.
you said that real passionate, you know.
Pocket called the kettle black.
Ooh.
No, she'll put a word in a minute.
And I would, and I own that. I do. I definitely will. Call me out on it. Hold me accountable. Yes, I do. Thank you so much, D Boogie, for pointing that out. I own my stuff. It's cool. But so I was having a conversation with one of my homeboys. Met a girl, nice girl. You know, established on paper. You know, she looks good. She looks good physically. He was just like, but just ain't no spark. Like it's just like blah. You know, he was like, you know, she takes care of her kid. You know, she cooks, she cleans. He was like, but it's just ugh. He was like, you know, if I stay with her, you know, we could have a pretty good, solid, you know, financial, you know, life, and, you know, she'll keep the house clean. And he's like, but there's just no spark. There's just not that there. And I was like, well, maybe, you know, it can come. And so he was like, nah, life is too short for me to be waiting around for a spark. You know, sparks happen naturally. When you hit that boy, it's gonna either spark or it ain't. And so that's what we're talking about. Like, do you stay in a situation, in a relationship, you meet somebody, they're a good person. Like he said, she a good girl. It just ain't no spark. He was like, and if it ain't no spark now starting, this is when the spark should be there. He was like, you know, the conversation is not sparking. You know, he was like, I mean, we talk, but it's just, you know, it ain't sparking. And so he was like, you know, we hang out and it's just,
But did he not notice that it wasn't sparks at the initial point of the relationship?
Well, he didn't get into a full-fledged committed relationship with her. So they were just dating, you know, and he ended it because...
And that's the purpose of dating, to find out if there's a spark there or not.
I agree.
And so now it's time to understand that she is not sparking
But
enough.
this is where he was torn. He was torn because he was like, am I being petty because she a good girl? Am I letting a potential good woman go because I'm waiting for a spark? And so I really truly feel that a lot of people are in marriages right now.
Oh, wait.
Relationships right now. When they got with the person, on paper they look good. You know?
Right.
Financially they, you know, he's a provider. He might be, you know, everything you want physically, but there's no spark.
Yeah.
And when I say no spark, I'm not talking about, you know, in a physical kind of way, you know, per se. Like a conversation where y'all can talk and it's a spark.
A spark is a spark.
A spark is a spark.
Yeah.
You know?
Spark is a spark.
The energy.
The best thing you can
Nothing
do with
like having
is energy. And the
Yeah.
best thing you can do with a spark is put some fuel on it.
Right.
You know,
Ooh-wee.
add some fuel,
Ignite
or, you know what I'm
fire.
saying? So, yeah.
Yes.
Ignite 'em.
It's
So,
nothing like-
but you need those sparks.
You need the spark.
No matter how they come.
Right.
Conversation,
Right.
whatever.
Right.
It's a spark.
It's a spark.
Something to work with. I can work with this.
But what do you do when you meet a person and you like, man, he's such a good guy?
And you kind of don't know what you got, but don't know what you're getting. So you kind of want to hold on to him because
Well, you
don't
kinda
want to
know
let
what
a
you're
good,
getting
a good
because-
catch go, but you just waiting on some superficial spark that you feel. But sparks aren't superficial. I feel like sparks are
Yeah.
definitely
At,
needed.
at this stage of the game, yeah, you know, give me a spark.
Yeah.
I'll take a spark over a meal any day.
Wow.
You know.
Really?
Dang.
Wow.
I'm hungry for a spark.
A spark over a meal.
I take a spark over a cooked meal every day.
Let me think
You know.
about this.
Wow, that's
You
deep.
know, because I can feed myself.
There you go.
Okay. I think
That's
that,
real,
Yeah,
yeah.
I like that too.
Wow. So let me ask you this, D Boogie,
Mhm.
for a man, because for the ladies out there listening, or for the brothers out there listening, because I was asking him, well, what spark you looking for? And he gave me his idea of what a spark is. So for the listeners, what kind of spark for you as a man? You know, because there's some brothers out here and they trying to, you know, they might be solid dudes. She might be a solid girl, but it's just like, what's a spark for you?
A good spark for me is my profession. You know, I need to be on top of my game all the time.
Mhm.
So I need somebody that can keep me on top of my game.
Mhm.
And that's through not having me wavering at home or questioning anything, so feeling a certain way when I walk in the door. When I walk in the door, I want to feel like whatever's been going on, hey, they got me.
Right.
So that's a spark for me.
Okay.
Also, another spark for me is I'm a physical guy.
Mhm.
So I like my woman to be in shape.
Mhm.
I also like my woman to be able to take me to places that I can't just go by myself, you know.
Okay.
That's, I mean, you know,
I got you.
right. So things like,
Yeah.
things like that. Now, I don't want to get into like negative things
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
nagging and stuff like that. You know, we talking about a spark.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
we're talking about
You
the
know,
spark.
you know, but somebody that's a good woman that's able to keep me grounded
Mm-hmm.
and know how to take me to the next level,
Mhm.
so I can take us to the next level.
Got it.
So things like that. That's conversation. That's just.
Yeah.
That's even when I talked about the food and everything. That's even about making sure my food is prepared for me the way I like it.
Yeah.
But it's healthy for me.
Yeah.
You appreciate that.
Yeah.
Instead of just cooking for me.
Yeah.
Because I get that. I cook for you. I cook
Right.
for you. But no, cook for me to keep me
The
around.
way you want it.
To keep me around.
Yes.
to keep my energy level strong,
Yeah.
not to eat and then I'm tired and go to sleep.
Yeah,
You know, McDonald's do that.
yeah, because then you can't get out there and do what you need to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of different things, but I think just a guy just really, what I think are two of the major things is that they're compatible physically, you know, and it's interesting. You know, it's not main dang. And then also, you know, just somebody that's solid, that's, you know, keeps you on your toes.
Gotcha.
You know, to have a conversation with.
Somebody who sparks you mentally. You can have like you said, a nice conversation.
Nice conversation, because, you know, to keep me engaged.
Yeah, gotcha. Besides what's going on with reality TV. Not against people who, you know, like reality TV, but something that goes outside of
Yeah, you know, I mean, it may be reality, but it's also fake, because it ain't what we should be about as a couple.
Right. Gotcha.
Right.
You know.
Wow. Well, and so when those things are missing, so you got a
But she a good woman, though.
But she's a good woman.
She go to work, she come home, she may bring you something to eat.
He's like, you go to work, come home.
Right.
You know, watch TV. I mean, she ain't out in the streets. You know, she go to church. You know, all this good stuff. Ain't all that good stuff?
That's all the good
That's all
stuff.
good stuff.
That's
all
good stuff.
Look nice, keep herself together. It's all good stuff.
That's all good stuff.
But, you know,
There-
but you know, that's kind of stuff like that is what brought me into the picture.
Yeah.
You know it's true. What's bring you there ain't what keep you there.
Nobody.
You know.
So what's the spark for you, Tasha?
Well, thanks, Kira, for placing me on the hot seat. I appreciate that. Thank
As
you.
well.
Thank you
You're
kindly.
welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. So a spark for me is definitely, number one, mentally stimulating conversation. You know, you have to be able to spark my mental. You know, yeah, I need to be physically attracted to you, obviously. Well, that's not obvious, actually, but more importantly, I need to be attracted to your mind. You know, I need to know that you have something in your brain.
Yes.
You know, spirituality. I need you to be grounded spiritually, because I just believe a man that is submitted to the highest power, and I'm gonna say God, you know, he walks a lot different from a man that submits to nobody but himself. You know, the way that he lives his life is totally different from the way a man who is actually grounded spiritually. Just certain things he's not gonna do, because, you know, he respects the highest power. You know, he's gonna handle you differently because he respects the highest power. You know, he's gonna take care of his household, his family. You know, they just move. A man that has God as number one, you know, he just moves different. So those things, number one,
It's a spark for you.
is a spark for me.
But that's a good man, though.
Well,
That's a good man. That just that just sounds almost like just a good man to me. But if that's your spark,
over there. That's our spark.
if that's your spark, that's your spark.
That's our
well,
spark.
Praise
well,
the Lord. Let's go and pray.
You know what? You know what? And if you pray right, that's a real big spark. You ever heard a good praying man?
yes,
Ooh, come with the word.
yes.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
definitely a spark. Spark,
Ooh.
spark. Sparks
He
everywhere.
can
Spark here,
quote
spark.
it right, and you be like, that's exactly what it say right here.
But you gotta be careful, see, but.
Right.
You gotta be careful with them ones that's toting and quoting.
Yes.
Pastors.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Pastor do right. Pastor sound good.
Have to do wrong. Because just because you can quote it and tote it, don't mean you live in it.
Quoted and told.
I'm just saying, you toting that up in the arm, you quoting it out your mouth, but you living raggedy. So,
Man, I'm tripping to myself. I'm like laughing. Just thinking about some of the things I prayed over.
you know what? We dare not. We're censored.
We are.
But I mean, yeah, some of those things are.
For this
Wow.
You know what? I cannot with that. I don't understand that.
No, you know.
We understand it.
No, No, I'm messing with her. I'm messing with her, you know.
Because Don is a praying man. He blessed our food many a day.
Yes,
Come
he
on.
has. Yes, he has. Jesus wept, amen. Now Donnie.
And then y'all ate.
I said my own little quiet prayer.
Right.
Tell the
Father
truth
God,
now.
I know what he said, but this is what I'm saying.
I need to make sure the food is blessed. Not that I don't believe your prayers, but you said that a little too quick.
Luke 2. I thought y'all was ready to eat.
We ready to eat, but I need to make sure I'm eating the right stuff. But no, I mean but that's not every man is not equipped with that, because it's some men who believe that, you know, some men don't believe in God, and some men don't believe in prayer.
And some women don't. So
and
that's
some women
their
don't.
spark. So this
Exactly.
is your spark.
This is my spark. But I'm only saying it like this because I was like, well, that's a good man. I done met some good men that was like, what's the point of prayer? So, and this is real life. He was like, what's the point of prayer? What is that gonna change? I said, wow. Look, I ain't about to debate with you about it.
Right.
You believe how you believe, I believe how I believe. But this conversation will go no further.
Absolutely.
I am not here to, you know, have that conversation with you. But so, you know, those things, I think, you know, when you have those things in common, and then can we laugh? That's a spark for me.
Yes.
Do we get each other's sense of humor?
Yes.
You know, so if you can make me laugh, like if we could just crack up and just be ourselves and be goofy, silly, you know, serious, that's a spark. So to be able to get all three of those, that goes beyond good.
So what's your definition of a good man, right quick?
Have a business. You pay your bills on time. You know, you take care of, you know, you good to your mom. You ain't, you know, cussing out the babies and beating the old people.
That's great.
I mean, you know, I'm saying, you know, you look on paper, you probably got good credit. You know, maybe you're working on your credit. You understand the importance of it. You know, you ain't just kind of flying by the seat of your pants. You know, you're responsible. You're responsible. You know, you ain't hurt nobody. You know, I think, you know, that would be, for me, that would be the definition of a good man. You know, you love your mother, you love your family, you know. But when we get to talking about a great man, that spark, you got, for me, you got to add some other things into there.
Okay. What about you, sis?
Well, yeah, what about you, Kier?
Here we go.
Here we go, honey. The light is on you.
Okay. For me, a spark, definitely, we have to be able to laugh, but I have to be able to learn from you. You should be able to make me want to be a better person. I want to be better because I'm around you. I want to, like, and you see a future for us.
Yeah.
And it's not just, we're not just running the streets every time. Every time we turn around, we run the streets. We're depositing something into our relationship, into each other, and we're building together. And it's not just about which party we going to next. It's not just about for the view of others.
Yeah.
But we have something private. We have something sacred between us. We have something that you teach me. You can teach me something that I don't already know.
Yeah.
Please be able to. Don't let me be the smartest.
Yes.
Uncensored? Uncensored.
It's okay.
Hey, that's
it's
all
okay.
good. Hey, Jay, my man.
That's how we grow.
That's how we grow.
That's
Yeah.
all
We
good.
appreciate you. You let us do our thing, and we got back on track, bro. Appreciate you. Love you, man.
Yeah.
If y'all don't check this station out, even though I know y'all might want to check this show out and everything and stuff like that, you also want to check all these other shows that goes on this station. This is a black-owned radio station located in the heart of Cleveland, Ohio, and they're putting it out there for us. 95.9 FM, Uncut Uncensored. All right, so where we at?
Kier was talking about her sparks, and then you wanted to redo your list.
Oh, I just wanted to add, because you gave some things that I can,
Okay.
that I like,
All right.
that I could, agree with wholeheartedly. One of the things for me is, I can kind of like be on the wild side a little bit.
No,
Everybody-
never, not you.
Yeah. And, I think one of the things that keeps me, that brings sparks is somebody holding me accountable.
Yes.
Hold me accountable. And we have the potential of growth through us setting goals, and we we can set big goals, we can set small goals, but we always working on those goals. And you know, but life doesn't just become about them goals.
Yeah.
You know, it's about us just moving through the goals and living. I mean, this thing could change. It could change. It could go out a little further. We can say, no, we need to do it a little bit sooner.
Yeah.
But my thing is this, that we're working together. That right there, you know, hey, you do me, you do you, and I do me,
And she do you.
or you do me and I do me.
You know what?
It's only going,
Okay.
this spark's gonna die.
Oh my
goodness.
God, that
Right.
is huge. But that is, but you know what? That's real. That sounds like partnership to me. Being able to build.
Yeah, you know, and it's not just building. It's even if we don't build,
Yeah,
we work on it.
yeah,
And we come up together, or we keep trying to come
yeah,
up together.
yeah. The fact
You know.
that you're trying.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
fact that we're doing it together, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why I say
huge.
hold me accountable. If you allow me to hold you accountable,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
because you're a good woman. You know what I'm saying?
She's a great woman.
You're trying to do some great things, though.
You're trying to do some great things with a great woman.
You know, you move a good woman too. Everybody can level up, you know.
Oh,
so
I love
everybody
that.
can level up.
So
you
can
know.
you move a good woman to become a great woman?
She's already in that realm. I mean, you know, she
She's
has some
moving in that
potential
direction.
because, like I was saying earlier, for her to get where she's at now,
Yeah.
she had to go through some things just to be a good woman.
That's true.
You know,
That's true.
Right.
and accept some things about herself
Yeah.
and things of that nature, just to be a good woman, and then also maybe to feel I would think
Yeah.
that she's comfortable within her skin. You know, so that's like very important to me too.
Yes.
You know,
Confidence.
you might do all this
Yeah.
other stuff because you know
Ooh,
everybody else is doing it, but I want you to be,
Yeah.
you know, comfortable in your skin on what you're doing.
Man, now that right there, that confidence, comfortable in your own skin, man, that is like, that's a spark.
Yeah, I mean, because some people just go to church because everybody else go to church.
That's it.
You know what?
No, but that's the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
but some people go to church and they decide to do something. You know what? I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna be over the ladies with the hat.
You're not the ladies with that.
Right.
But maybe they just
Somewhere,
trying to
yeah.
be over something because maybe they power hungry. Maybe they just want a title.
Or maybe they just want to be involved. We're talking about a good woman. You know.
I like what you said.
Oh. I
You know,
like it.
trials build character. I like that.
Yeah.
And that's true.
Mhm.
That's true. If you've never been through anything,
Yeah.
you might want to check your character.
Yeah, and you know, so you gotta assume, like I said it again, you have to assume that, you know, in order for a person to be at a state that they're in, and that state just so happen to be that they're good,
Yeah.
they went through some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because you could go through it and be better
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
too.
That is so
That's
true.
right.
Ooh, that's true. Yeah, you're right. Because I see what you're saying, and I love it. I like what both of y'all saying. The fact that they went through something, man or woman,
Mm-hmm.
and they became good behind it, and they did not become bitter. You know, they did not become the angry black woman or the angry, bitter, hostile black man. You know, they allowed it to make them better. That's
And
huge.
then they create a platform for themselves to say that they won't go back. So they have values at that point.
Have that. And
Yeah.
so the thing is, if a person is a good person,
Mm-hmm.
you always have a chance. If you're a good person,
Yeah.
you have a chance, or y'all have a chance
Mm-hmm.
of enlightening each other
Mm-hmm.
on things, you know, just to add something to that.
Wow. Wow.
Got a chance, got a chance.
Go ahead.
So, this is also something you said in the previous conversation after the show.
After dark.
I know.
After dark.
You said that the good girl, the great girl,
Mm.
has potential. But you also said,
Ooh, I see what she going with that.
don't date the person with potential.
Ooh. Mm. She's on you accountable.
Okay, so, okay.
Your words.
All right. I'm sorry, Grasshopper, I think I confused you. Let me get you together.
Yeah, because
Because you're
please
confusing
correct.
listeners and
Teach
things
me.
like that, okay?
Teach me.
Wow.
So, potential is not the number one thing for residential. So potential for somebody to be down with you, okay? The good woman, if she's already went through some things, and you see how y'all can go through some other things together. These are things that she has not been through yet. So
Okay.
it's some things that y'all can maybe go through together. So that's the potential. So the potential on a good woman, it goes hand in hand. It's
Okay.
great. On a woman that's fake, you acting good or try to seem like she's a good one. A good woman, yeah, you can't.
Well, what does that look like, real quick? Because that's a very, we gotta enlighten the brother, because we be hard on the brothers, and I just want you to kind of dig on that a little bit. You said for a woman that's acting like she's good, the fake. What does that look like?
Well, that love people, how the people that love her, and the more importantly, people that she loves, how do they treat her? So there's ways. I mean, but you just can't fall for the banana in the tailpipe on what somebody's telling you how it is, and putting certain things in your face. You got to go out there and look for it for yourself.
Absolutely.
Wow, that's huge.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad because because we hard on the brothers. We are.
No, we not.
I don't think
Well-
we are, Tasha.
Oh, you talking about on the show? Or you
No,
talking about
not
women?
on the show. No, I'm talking about women. Like, no, we are, because we don't ever flash the light at ourselves, and we don't.
Okay, yeah, I
we
see
don't.
what
We
you're saying.
we
Yeah.
always quick. Women are always quick to talk about what a man's not doing, and how a man's not doing this,
We are.
and what he need to be, and how he should be. And we don't ever flash the light to say, okay, well, what am I doing?
Absolutely.
And what can I do better?
And hold ourselves
Accountable.
Yeah.
And so I love the fact that Don is putting that out there, like for brothers that get caught up in the physical. Like you said, don't get caught up in the banana in the tailpipe. You looking at the physical, you bamboozled by this body. She built like a
Brick
carjacker, brick house. And like Don
That
said,
carjacker.
well, you jack a car, you jack a car up.
We
what,
went
never mind.
with Brick House. Come on,
Let's
Tasha,
go
keep
with
going.
No, never mind. Brick house. She built like a brick house. Okay. She built like you like it, and you take the focus off, like you said. How does the people she love and love her treat her? How does she respond in certain situations and conversations and things like that? And if you don't pay attention to those things, you think you got a good girl, and you got an imposter, or you got a reality show girl pretending like she's a good girl.
You got an imposter on the roster. Oh, no, that's right. We ain't got a roster here.
Oh, you should.
Oh, wrong
Wow,
Wrong
imposter on the, you gotta make some.
roster,
You gotta
right.
make some cuts.
Right. Ooh, I'm not
Wow.
gonna talk about the roster. I'm not.
Got an imposter. You got a comment? You look like you got a comment.
But we as women, we are, I agree with you, Tasha, we are quick to look at the other person, not just women, men are too, look at the other person in the relationship and talk about all of their shortcomings
Yes.
without looking in the mirror and identify those shortcomings within yourself. That's why it's
Absolutely.
always good to have good people around.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, when iron sharpens iron.
Yes.
And
Okay.
let me tell you
Yeah.
something, Tasha, let me tell you, she held me accountable for some junk I was doing.
You doing?
I'm not doing it anymore. I was doing some junk, and she got me together on this junk.
Well,
Junk of the
we get
month.
each other together. That's what it's all about, and we don't
And
take it
I
personally.
appreciate that. So that's why it's always good to
It's
have
good.
somebody
It's
good
good.
around you. Good, bad company corrupts good manners.
Woo!
So
That's good, girl.
Spend the next 5 minutes before we get a chance to get out of here. We're going to answer a couple questions and everything. And so where were we at, Karen?
back to the spark. If your potential significant other is lacking that spark, do you try to spark them?
Yes, you do. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
It's a good person. You want that person in your life.
Right.
You decided that, okay, this might be a good thing. I say exhaust all avenues before you throw it in the garbage.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I agree with you 100% because people are only as beautiful as they learn from other people in their lives.
Yeah.
And if you're a good person, if you're a person that has value, you have to just add a little bit of value to that relationship to make it better, to make this person better. I always say this. I'm gonna try to, and this is just not in relationships. This is just about in every endeavor. I'm gonna try to leave that relationship, whatever it is, better.
Yeah.
I want you to be better than what you were before we got together.
Absolutely, that's beautiful.
You know, so then I'm gonna take time out and try to make it better. Maybe
Absolutely.
put on a couple pounds, let's go to the gym.
Yeah.
You know, I can help you with those.
You know what? I had someone
lunges.
ask me, "What's your 5-year goals?" And it took me,
Right.
but that was a spark for me. See,
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, well, all right then, okay.
Yeah. And I agree with that. I feel like, I was watching a movie last night. It was such a beautiful movie. And one of the things on there that I got from it.
Love story? It was a love
It
story.
was, and I typically don't watch love stories. I'm all about, let
You
me see.
all right?
It's cold outside.
Okay.
Listen.
That's what I was about to say, but I wanted to cover season where it was.
It's cold outside. It's gloomy. So, I'm watching all kind of movies. But I'm typically action, thriller, suspense, some gun violence. I like all that kind of stuff. But anyway, the point of the story is this. One of the things she said, she was like, life is too short to be trying to make something work that, I'm sorry. She said trying to love something that you're not passionate about. And so I say that about a spark. We can, relationships, you're gonna have your moments, but I'm talking about a spark. You can't make a spark happen. It's either gonna happen or it's not. And so I feel like, I'm not telling nobody to leave their relationship by any means, but I feel like people end up spinning their wheels because they trying to get something to happen that's not gonna happen. There's no spark. Even if you hit a rough patch in your relationship, if you got a genuine spark, I feel like you'll be able to find your way back.
Yes.
Because we like each other enough to come together, to be able to try to figure it out. So that's that.
All right. Well, listen, we appreciate everybody tuning in with us today. We got to go ahead and jump on up out of here, and we'll have this conversation later. Y'all say peace.
Peace.
See you later.